Hello there, Cancer. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of April 8th through the 15th. April 8th through the 14th, I guess I should say. I have already cleared the cards for your reading. Right now, I'm just putting one final shuffle on them, and we will put them down. We are doing this different than what we did when I used to do the weeklies. We are just looking at main themes in certain areas of your life for the week. So let's take a peek at what Cancers have coming up. Okay, Cancers. The first thing that I have talks to me about your environment, and your environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. For most people, it usually shows up as home, but I have seen it show up as work or as school as well. So what I have showing up for your environment, Cancers, is that I feel like it's very supportive of you and of you using your creative energy and even of you using your nurturing energy. You may even be sort of the creative mother hen in the environment that you're in. Okay, so that's Cancer. Cheryl Hegg, hello, hello. This is for you then if you're a Cancer. Awesome. Glad you made it for this video. Thank you for the thumbs up, whether that was you, Cheryl, or whoever else is here. Thank you, whoever did that. I do appreciate it. Let's see, the next thing I'm looking at for Cancers for the week of the 8th through the 14th is subconscious leanings. And for your subconscious leanings, what I'm seeing is that you're not feeling very clear about what your purpose is or what you actually want to accomplish. I'm hearing in the near future. And so I think your subconscious is really working on trying to find a way to find that purpose or figure out what it is that you actually want to accomplish. What do you want to have as your priority or your focus? That's what your subconscious is chewing on. Next thing I'm looking at for you, Cancer, is learning style and also communication style. Excuse me. Cancers, I think that as you're learning, especially in this week, whether you're doing learning, research, digging for information, whatever it is, I do feel like you are taking the information that you find and you're putting it all together. You're piecing it all together to get the big picture. So you're not learning about, little nitnoid details about something that doesn't really fit with the big picture. You're getting everything all together. And it feels to me like there may be bits of information that you've had for a while, and now you're sort of picking up the connecting pieces that make it all make sense. So that's learning style or learning theme for this week. Next, we're going to look at the theme in your communication for the week. So Cancers, I feel like there are certain people that you are very careful about how much you communicate with them or if you communicate with them. There may be, for some of you, there may be some people that you are deciding that you don't want to communicate with them, and so you're not. And for others of you, the communication is going to be very much minimized. Hello there, Tiffany James. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. At the end of the reading, I will be answering one question. So if those of you who are here would like to type a question into chat, I'll be looking at those once I get done with the spread for the Cancers. And then I'll choose one, whichever one Spirit nudges me to choose, and I'll answer that question. All right, so the next thing I'm seeing for Cancers for the week of the 8th through the 14th talks to me about work. And I see work as that way that you make a living or those things you do to feel like you're a part of the community. And then there's also the things that we do to improve our own character. I consider that work as well. So we're going to look at outside work first, the kind where you make a living, where you feel like you're a productive part of the community. So I feel like for your outside work, Cancers, some of you are going to be showing your innermost thoughts or your innermost feelings. Maybe you've had some thoughts or some feelings that would apply to work, that maybe even would be helpful at work, that you've sort of been holding undercover for a while. You're starting to bring those out. I don't think that you're bringing those out in huge, major fashion, but I do think that you're bringing them out and letting at least one person look at those ideas and see what they think about them. And I do believe that that person is going to be a supervisor of some kind. Okay. As far as inner work, for your inner work, Cancers, I feel like what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring some balance. Cheryl, give me a time frame, honey. Is there a new job coming in by when? All right. So, Cancers, you are working on trying to find balance in your life, trying to be emotionally balanced, trying to have enough time balance for work, for home life, for me time, trying to find balance in your life. Maybe you're even trying to find financial balance, but there's definitely something coming in here about being able to handle everything that is on your plate. Okay. Now, then, the next thing that's coming up talks to me about that part of you that's being grown or expanded right now, Cancers. And as you're going through the week, it looks to me like you're finding yourself in a situation where you don't have any competition. And this is a situation where you felt like the competition was really stiff before, and you're starting to realize that you have pulled away from the crowd. There is no competition at this point. And so you are learning, what do I do with that situation? Balance has been on your mind lately. Are you a Cancer too, Tiffany? All right, so next thing that we're looking at here are those things that you stand for. And those things that you stand for, what I have coming up here is that you have been able, and I'm hearing lucky enough, to be able to give somebody some kind of advice or guidance, maybe even inspiration. And someone has made some kind of comment to you about it, like, why are you wasting your breath on that person? Why are you trying to help them? Ugh. And so you've had to stand up for yourself. And you've had to say, look, just because you have a bad attitude doesn't mean I have to. Nah, 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 nah. No, I don't know what you really said, but I do know that you had to stand up for yourself just because you helped somebody else with some good ideas or inspiration or mentorship. Okay. Now, oh, you are cool, cool. Yay. We've got two Cancers in the room while I'm doing this reading. This is awesome. All right, so let's look at what are we looking at here? We're looking at how other people perceive you right now, Cancers. Right now, somebody from the outside looking in sees you as recovering. You're recovering from something where your sense of security was really attacked or downtrodden, is one of the words that I've been given. So this could be something like maybe you're recovering from getting laid off at work, or maybe you're recovering from maybe your car broke down and so now you're finding a better car or something like that. But people are seeing you as being in recovery mode, that now you're doing better than what you were before. All right, so next we're going to look at the pivotal lesson or experience for the week. Gotcha. So they see you recovering from the move thing. That makes sense, Tiffany. Okay, so bum ba dum bum 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 ba da bum. Pivotal lesson or experience for the week. It has to do with transformation. You guys have a total and complete transformation coming into your life in one way or another. This could be in your perspective about relationships. This could be in your perspective about work. This could be in perspective about where you work particularly. But there's definitely a change coming in some of your core values or your ways of looking at things. When I talk about core values, these are values that we learn when we're too young to know better. So we learn these by watching our parents or our teachers as they're interacting with the world. Okay. So definitely there's some changes going on some things that you have believed very staunchly for a long time. And there's going to be a perspective change once we get more towards the end of the week, Cancers. And then as that perspective changes, that really is going to be shifting a lot of energy. And it looks like there's going to be a project that you're going to be starting, Cancers, that not only is going to benefit yourself, but also is going to benefit many people around you. I don't feel like you'll be finished with this project by the end of the week, but you will be putting in great effort and making great strides with it. The other thing that's happening due to this change this transformation, is that there will be some time away from home or some time away from loved ones. This is just a temporary thing when it comes up on the card it came up on. So this could be that you're taking a business trip. This could be that you're just taking some time out to sort of sort things out. Although I don't sense that so much. But there is definitely some time away from your loved ones or away from home. And like I said, it feels like a short time. It feels like a week or less, possibly even less than 3 days. All right. And then there's another thing that comes up is as you're having this huge change of perspective, there is a situation that you thought had been put to rest. And what I'm hearing is that this is not like an argument with somebody else, but this is an inner conflict that you thought you had put to rest. You thought you had made a decision on this inner conflict. And now, because you've had this change of perspective, now you're not so sure that you necessarily want to stick with that decision. And so now you're kind of going through that whole inner conflict all over again, trying to figure out where you really stand with it now that your perspective has changed. So that's where we see you ending the week, Cancers, getting ready for the next week. Dolores, hello, hello. Glad to see you here today. All right, so it's time to answer a question. Let's see how many questions you guys popped up in here for me to choose from. Cheryl wants to know if there's a new job coming in. Oh, well, that's the only one. Okay, so a new job coming in this month for Cheryl Hegg. Is there a new job coming in by the end of April for Miss Cheryl Hegg? Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. That's very helpful. There is a new job coming in by the end of the month. I'm going to say we're probably going to know that you have this more towards the middle or somewhere into maybe halfway through the third week of the month. Okay. The thing is, I do see the job coming in. I'm also seeing you're not really thrilled about this job that is coming in. You're not thrilled about the pay that it has. And I think that there is going to be some travel involved in this job. I don't know if you're thrilled about that or not, but there is definitely some travel involved in this job. And I do think that this does bring some relief for you. So I'm not sure how long you've been out of work, but even though this doesn't really pay as much as it probably should, and it does cause you to travel, I think you're going to be feeling some relief just to be able to say, look, I have a job, I have some money coming in. So I hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Cheryl. Cheryl Hegg. After I've already done the reading is not the time to add little details like who I'm reading. Those little details should be a part of the original question. Just saying. Just saying. Spirit, I am sure, knew exactly what you were talking about and probably answered the question that you had on your mind. So I would say that you can probably apply that all to Mr. Hegg. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by and for keeping me on my toes for the verification as I went through, for all the wonderful thumbs up. I do appreciate that so much. For those of you who have Cancer friends that you think that this might help, if you don't mind sharing this video, I would appreciate it. For those of you who would like to book a private reading with me, or would like to book a Reiki session with me, all you have to do is check out my website to get my contact information. That website is www.amista.info. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening. Peace out.